Hey Stace, welcome back to another Thursday Scrap Stumper. Our stumper today is to use a household product, and I'm actually going to be using or repurposing an old Pringles can. I love these because they're tall and slim and they can store a boatload of stuff. I have one already finished, so you can see what it's going to look like when we're done. And I have this filled with rocks from our garden. And I'll be using this for a bookend, or like a little, to hold paper up, that kind of thing. Alright, so to get started, we have our Pringles can. You want to grab a paper of your choice. And what I did is I took 2 sheets of 12 by 12 paper and I tore it. And I have all of my end pieces over here and my regular pieces over there, kind of like you're doing a puzzle. So I'm going to grab my little dish, some Mod Podge. And the Mod Podge I'm using is homemade. It is 2 parts of white school glue, and 1 part of water. And you probably are not going to need that much. I'm going to take the lid off, and the first thing I'm going to do is put some Mod Podge up at the top around that little rim. And I'm going to take the end pieces of my paper and butt them up right up against the top. And this is Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper, so it's a little bit thick. Just kind of hold it in place and then take the glue and go back over that to let it sit there. Okay, and then just work your way around all the top. If you want to, you can ink your papers first. I mean, you can use a brown paper bag to cover it. You can crinkle the paper, like crumble it first, like we did when we were making the blessing box, if you like that look. Like I said, I think these are so versatile because you can use them for so many things. They're great for pencil cases in the car, crayons. You could probably even fit like a little coloring book in there. It'll just be curled, but it'll probably fit. Alright, so work your way around. And you can tear your strips a little bit bigger so it doesn't take as long to cover them. And it does help to have like a little wet wipe near you, or a little wipey to keep the glue off your fingers, because you're going to get glue on your fingers. Great project for the little ones to get involved with as well. I mean, all we're using is glue. They can help you tear the paper up. Alright, so we're going to keep on going until we get to the other edge there, meeting our paper. Again, if you're using a thicker one, just kind of hold it there for a minute. Okay, we should have one last piece right here. Let's find a big one. There we go. We'll cover that end. And then when I'm done the top, I'm going to go and work my way to the bottom. So now it's not sticking down, so I'm going to go and take my fingers in there and just give it a little bit of rub. And then I have a little thing of wipies over here just to get the glue off my finger. Alright, flip it over and do the same thing for the bottom. I will come back when that part's done. Okay, as you can see, I got the top part done and the bottom part. Now we're just going to keep on working our way around. And I find by the time I get to this area here, it should be dry. Just go ahead and lay some Mod Podge down. Take some pieces. You can cover these with twine as well. You can cover them with a ribbon, wrap them, make them, become vases. They are foil lined, but I don't think they're going to hold water. So probably just a fake plant or a fake flower would work. Like I said, if you want to tint your edges or ink the edges, you can do that as well. I mean, lots of things you can do with them. I think they'd be great in the bathroom. I think they sell, don't they sell the smaller Pringle cans, like the lunch size kind? You can make a whole little bathroom decor. You can have one for Q-tips and cotton balls or Band-Aids, or versus buying a jar, you're buying something that you enjoy eating, and then you're recycling it as well. Alright, so keep on going. Miss a spot there and there. Like I said, this is Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper, so it's a little bit thicker. So you just kind of have to give it a second, let that glue grab. And sometimes I think it's even easier to go in there with my finger, just to make sure all the edges are down. And that's where that little wipey comes in handy. And great for the little ones to help you with. And this glue does dry clear just like regular Mod Podge does. And you can also paint them. So if you're using just regular, printer paper, you can paint it when you're done. All right, we're gonna keep on going, guys, and see how we do, and I will come back when we get almost to the bottom. Again, if you want to finish it off with a bow or something, you can do that. I'm just using mine for bookends. I think it'll work fine for that. So I'm not too worried about decorating it up. I'm leaving mine plain, but anyway, we'll come back in a few more minutes. Alrighty guys, we are still moving along, and I'm going to recommend that you do the top part of your jar first, the top edge, then the bottom edge, and work your way down. This way this part is almost dried, and plus you have a spot to put your hand as you kind of go around the container. So like I said, we're just about done. And I do find, like I said, the paper is a little bit thicker, so it's a bit harder to stay down, so you do have to kind of press on it for a moment or two. Then I also take my finger and dip it in the glue and just kind of go around the edges to make sure they stay down. And the wipey comes in handy for that. Otherwise, you're going to have gooey fingers. But I think that's part of the fun, having the gooey fingers. Okay, just kind of hold that in place. Take your brush and go over it real quick. Keep on going. Trying to get the big pieces here to cover the gap I have. Again, dip your finger in some of that wet glue and go around the edges. And it only takes a few moments to dry when you're all done. If you want to, you don't have to even tear up your paper. You can just use regular paper and just kind of roll it over the can, So I think in all, from beginning to end, maybe about 10 minutes or so. Not too terribly bad, I don't think. I'm just going over that with my fingers to make sure those edges stay down really good. Yeah, we are just about done. So like I said, probably 10 minutes total. Kind of giving me a little bit of an issue. Okay. And there's a few spots I missed, but I'll just go back over them real quick. But yeah, all we have left is this little area right here, and then we're done. Let it dry for a few minutes. You can fill it with whatever you want. Rocks, beads. I just had rocks in the garden. I figured they were already there. I do like the idea of using different size containers. And I know, like the one I have there, that green one I showed you, That wasn't a Pringles can. They were, I don't know, like Stackables or something. Veggie crisps, something like that. So the can sizes do vary a little bit. But I think, you know, if you get a few different cans, I think it's going to add character. And you'll have a few different heights or whatever as well. I'm going to grab some glue from that guy over here and get them edges down. And go back over it. Alright, let me just do a once over. I think we got it all. There's a little, I guess I can plop one on there real quick. Just a small little area right there I missed. But I like the idea of wrapping one with rope. Okay, so what do y'all think? It's just about done. I mean, I would look over it real quick to make sure all your edges are stuck down, but I think once the glue dries, like over here, I have a little bit of edge popping up. I do like that effect. I think it adds a little bit of character to it. All right, we're gonna let that dry, and we're gonna work on the lid next. All right, guys, to work on the lid, I'm using the circle framelits from Stampin' Up, and this is the 5th one from the outside. I think it's gonna fit the lid really good. I'm gonna just cut this in half, bring the big shot over here. I'm going to be using my magnetic platform. Bring that one over. If you don't have a big shot or a circle framelit, you know, you can certainly use a punch if you have a bigger, you know, a big enough punch, or you can use your die cutting machine. Okay, let's get back to our lid. I think the lid measures probably 2 3/4 will get you there. And I'm going to put this on the top. And I'm just going to use regular glue. I'm using the Art Glitter Glue from MayMayMadeIt.com. The best glue ever. I think once you try this glue, you will never go back to another. And the fine tip is sold separately, but I do recommend that. Alright, so go ahead and plop that guy on. And that's going to finish off our lid. And I'm just going to take it down here from the inside. And you can, of course, put it on the inside if you want to, but I like the texture on the outside. Okay, so what do y'all think? There's our lid. Here's our container. So you can leave it like that. It could just be a decorative container, you know, with the top like that. Or you can take the top off if you're going to use it for flowers and put the top on the bottom. So you won't lose the lid. Just take a glue dot and stick it there so it stays down. Then you're able to fill this with flowers or whatever you want to use it for. Like I said, my original one here is filled with rocks. I'll be using that for a bookend. I think that'll be a fun idea, and also decorative in the room. Alright guys, there you have it. Today's scrap stumper. Any questions at all, please let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.